Hello guys, welcome to the live stream flying the Mustang in DCS Normandy. Massive update on DCS Normandy, so let's check it out. The coastline looks different. They're going to do something with torpedoes, so they've improved the depth of the coastline. This server has a lot of players on it right now, something like 25 players. I'm probably going to get shot down, but still figuring out which like map familiarization and things like that. I know there's a ship there. I assume it's my ship, but I don't know. Going to head towards what I think is the Axis territory. It's interesting, I know how to fly this plane pretty well in terms of engine management because I've been flying it so much in IL-2 Battle of Bodenplatte that I'm familiar with the manifold pressure and the propeller RPM settings. So I've just simply used those same settings here. I'm cruising along at 2700 RPM, 45 manifold, and that's your continuous mode. Hopefully that's going to do it. I don't know if this is the 100 or 150 octane Mustang, so I'm just going to, whenever I go full power, I think it's the 100 because it tops out at 61 manifold, which is not the 150. By the way, I'm assuming that the lower one is 100 octane, which is a kind of a standard aviation gasoline. But yeah, the more potent engine takes 150 octane fuel, and it can go up to, I think it's 65 for 15, I can't remember, 65 for 15 minutes, whereas this one can do 61 for 15 minutes. In fact, I think it might be more like 70 for 15 minutes, much more powerful than the lesser. Anyways, I'm nattering on about octane. So yeah, 25 players on this map somewhere. Where they are, don't know. Actually think I'm right here, so I'm going to keep going down here. I'm pretty sure the Axis takes off about here. The coastal defences have been improved. Finally, there's pillboxes with trenches on the coast. You would expect that because you're looking at the Atlantic Wall, a structure probably bigger than the Great Wall of China that was built on the coast of France, all the way down to the border with Spain, all the way up to Norway in the north. The Atlantic Wall was all along here. It was basically a whole big bunch of pillboxes and tank traps, barbed wire, anti-landing defences, you name it, the whole area. Uh-oh, what's happened here? What was that? Something happened. Oh, what the heck was that? Was that a G-force related thing? Am I just imagining things? It seemed like the engine sound died away and you could hear a heartbeat. What was that supposed to signify? I don't know. I was going pretty fast. I'm going pretty fast. Curious. Damn, I thought the engine had broken. Nope, going strong. Do the guns work? I haven't tested them yet. Let's test them. Yep, they work. Nice. So up until now, the Mustang in DCS was notorious for snap stalling at the lowest angle of attack imaginable. You'd get to like, I don't know, 10 degrees angle of attack and the damn thing would stall. what was it going to do now? I don't know. I kind of have a feeling that they've updated it, maybe. So if I get into combat, I haven't flown the Mustang in combat in multiplayer at all, I don't think. I've flown the Spitfire, I've flown the D9, might have flown the K4. Don't think I've flown the Mustang in multiplayer combat, so it should be really interesting to see how it goes. Plus I've just had about 3 weeks of flying the Mustang in Bodenplatte, so I'm very familiar with it in that sense. How does it seem? It seems pretty good so far, although I haven't tried doing any kind of manoeuvring really. I should try something. So I'm just going... I'm basically in Axis territory now, going on north. I think I'm going north. That's not north, that's east. So I'm going east. Why don't I look at the compass? What is this? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's better. What does that say? 100 degrees. Alright, fair enough. Muscle memory from IL2. That was my zoom in button, but here it's the accelerator increase, decrease. A benign airfield, it might start shooting flak at me at any second. So there's supposed to be a bunch of players on here, I wonder where they are. There's also, I think, AI aircraft. There's one of those pillboxes I was talking about. You can see the defences built in there, it's pretty nice. Although I can see that they've got some gun emplacements that don't have guns on them. And again, I'm doing 400 miles an hour and it's doing that physiological thing where you can hear a heartbeat but you can't hear the engine. What on earth is that supposed to be? That's kind of BS. Pretty substantial airfield there. Rate of roll, yeah, pretty standard. What do we got here? Yeah, so they had a bunch of concrete emplacements there with no guns on them. Maybe that's applicable to the year 2020, but in 44, 45, those concrete emplacements would have had guns on them. Pretty fast plane, pretty slippery. And that's in miles per hour, not kilometres. We're doing 400 miles per hour. It's about almost 400 miles an hour. It's almost 700 kilometres an hour. A propeller plane can only really do about 850 k's an hour before it has problems with Mach number to do with its propeller. So this plane is about as fast as they come. And I'm not at anywhere near full power. Stupid animal, I believe you to be a troll, so I'm blocking you from commenting in the chat. Apologies if you're not a troll, but at first glance it looks like you probably are. Right, I'm definitely getting into Axis territory here. There's that sound again. That is not a very good kind of a thing. Maybe it is, what do I know? But I've pulled G-force in real life and I cannot recall losing my hearing and only hearing my heartbeat when pulling some pretty significant G. It's only really vision that's affected, as far as I remember. And interestingly, that doesn't affect the vision in this, it just gives you your whole audio effect. I really wonder what that's supposed to be. Oh, by the way, guys, the track replay for the last 3 times that I've used it has successfully worked, 100% successfully worked. This is quite a miracle because it basically never works. It's basically perma-broken. And since the update, the massive update to 2.5.6, at least using the F86 Sabre, the track replay has worked for me the last 3 times. I've used it 3 times and it's worked 3 times, which is exciting. Not only that, but the last video that I made, which I'll upload after this stream, it's 7 gigabytes, it's 25 minutes long. It's a Sabre video that's 25 minutes long. It's all from a track replay and it worked 100% perfectly over the course of 25 minutes. Track replays usually accurately work for about, I don't know, a minute and a half and then they go haywire. So that's encouraging. I don't think I've ever seen that before. G'day Ed, welcome. Well, where's the rest of the aircraft? I'm getting too far south here. I'm gonna have to turn east. I'm gonna have to turn around. But I got to be honest with you, as a cinematic filmmaker, track replay is my thing. It's my thing. It's my jam. And the fact that the track replay has worked the last 3 times I've used it makes me quite ecstatic. I'm not really holding my breath though, because there has kind of been this situation before where you get an update and the track replay works sometimes and then it just completely shits itself, excuse my language, but it's reliable for a little bit after an update and then it fails. This one seems to be more solid though, but time will tell. The implication for if the track replay is fixed and if it actually works continuously, permanently, is that I'll be able to make some epic cinematic videos with B-17G Flying Fortresses, Mustangs, BF-109s, D9s, Spitfire Mark 9s, etc. and all of the jets that I've got. I'll be able to make some extremely amazing cinematic videos. The likes of which you rarely see. And if it breaks, then I won't be able to do that. But that's what I'm aiming for. I noticed the shadow is still kind of screwed up. The shadow of the aircraft seems to disappear It's looking good over the water actually, but over land, if I can get a shot of it, just kind of disappears in and out. You can see there, that's a good example of it there. They haven't fixed that. Where is everyone? There's supposed to be 25 players on here. I don't know, possibly they're further inland. Maybe I should go inland. Maybe I should go out to sea. There's nothing on the coast, so I think I'll go inland a bit. That looks to be a active enemy runway with a plane on it. What plane is that? It's a D9. I'm probably not allowed to shoot it. So yeah, I'm definitely in enemy territory. It's a D9 there. Where I'm going to get jumped. It's going to take me a while to figure out where the action takes place on the Normandy map. I flew in this briefly last night and I was in a Dora and it spawned well inland. So that's where I'm headed now roughly. There's some action. I see a plane and some smoke. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Just keep the current power setting, I think. Actually, I should increase, shouldn't I? Look like? I'm not sure. Probably a K4. So I've got my combat power now, which I can do for 15 minutes. This guy doesn't know I'm here yet. Pretty sure it's a K4. He's flying down the coast, towards the coast. Who's faster? I'm not sure. I'll sneak up on him. I should probably reduce my mixture a bit, but not yet. No time right now. He's just flying along. I need him to turn or something. This is the worst situation, the chase. Maybe getting closer. It's like he's heading out to sea. He's going towards a ship or something. There's a plane there. There's two planes there. There's three bunch of planes there. He's turning now. So there's planes to my left, and then there's this guy. Let's engage. I don't want to get too close to the ships. They'll start shooting. I think that plane was AI. It didn't really do anything when I shot at it. But it shot something else down, so... bunch of planes here, some down there and one up here. Fire versus something coming this way, maybe. Got a hit. Where's that other one? There, look at that. Another one there. Don't know what the other one is. No joy. There he is there. Fire chasing a K4. There's the K4 there. Shit, it's a collision. Alright, yeah, no, that makes sense, Patrick. And trust me, I can tell that you're not a troll. And 10 versus 8. It's fairly even, I guess. I found where the combat is, so I should fly once more at least. Hang on. I didn't want a Spitfire. Hang on. Right, great. So I'm airborne. Things seem to be going okay. Engine management wise. I can test the guns. Good. So the combat is east from here. And it should be fairly easy to find, provided it's still there. I think I'm just here at the moment and I need to get to here. Probably going to be about a 4 or 5 minute flight, I think. One. What could it be? It's even lower than me. Don't G-lock it. Zooming in really helps. I wouldn't have noticed it otherwise. Things turning towards me. It's going fast. I think it's a 109. Very fast. Let's get the RPMs up without losing him. He's turned around now. Still got him. Alright, there's a bit of shooting up there, some planes and stuff. Mustang and this one here, chasing it. That's a K4. I'm going to stall out soon. Bit of flak. That's our ship shooting, I think. Let's get in. There's that nasty stall. Got to just try and keep laminar flow. It's pretty hard to do though. Ridiculous. Right, someone's got him. Come down. Jesus. Another collision. So yeah, same deal. I was having the problem with the wing snap stalling so they haven't adjusted that at all. So far as the planes are, I think the best plane in DCS Normandy is the K4. The K4 and the Spitfire 9, because the Spitfire 9 has such a crazy ability to turn. A plane. What could he be? Looks like it may be a Spitfire. Totally lost him. Just power for 1 second and lose him. Where the heck are they? I'm gonna take my eyes off them. Alright, I got one. I believe this guy just destroyed an AI plane. What he is though, I don't know. Usually the status message says player so-and-so destroyed enemy battle plane instead of destroyed player so-and-so. This guy's going pretty fast. Burning along. Am I getting closer, and what is he? I'm thinking maybe a D9. Or I don't know, Mustang. There's another plane there. Another plane there, so 3 planes here. Spitfire probably, and what's that? That's a K4. Let's merge. One's coming either from higher or they've got better engine settings than me. Pretty fast plane, the 109. He's doing his left to right scissor and he's still keeping a good pace. I just realised something. The track IR reset button, I believe it's F10, is the same button as the map button that you press to access the map. So that I'm going to have to do something about that. It will be good when they finally implement the damage model for this. I don't know. It could be the ear pressurization thing or something else. See a plane. Planes. Two planes there. Three planes. Let's go and see her. Oh, look at that. Three planes. Come hither. They're slipping away. Why was there... Okay, that's the mine Geschoss exploding in the air. So definitely got a 109 there. At least one. Damn it, they're all flying away from me. Looks like we got 2 Spitfires and a 109. Spitfire. Nine. Someone on my tail. The stalling. The stalling. Guys, I'm probably going to have to close the chat for an indefinite period starting from tomorrow. The trolling that's been attacking the channel since about late November has just been crazy. It's been totally off the charts. I restart in 2 minutes. I can't do much with 2 minutes. Like that's like a minor pitch up, and the plane stalls in a minor pitch up. Whereas in any other plane, even the D9 on this in this game, if you do that, there's no dramas. So here's your minor pitch up, and you get the buffeting and the stall and the wing drop. That's actually the opposite of how a Mustang is. A Mustang has a laminar flow wing. All right, and we're back. So that what just happened there, that's the end of that particular map. And I'm going to give it another shot. I don't know if the player's going to remain on here. I'm going to do one more flight, come what may. I'll fly again in the Mustang. We already got 2 on red, and there's me here. Yeah, a Mustang has a laminar flow wing, which means that it can maintain smooth airflow over the top surface of the wing, even at angles of attack that other aircraft would get turbulent eddies flowing over the top of the wing, which would mean that they're basically stalled, and the laminar airflow starts to detach from the top of the wing, moving from the back of the wing towards the forward, toward the front. So you, like, if you consider a battle between laminar flow air and turbulent eddies, stalled air, as an angle of attack increases, the turbulent eddies advance from the back of the wing towards the front of the wing until they finally overtake the wing completely, and the wing's said to be completely stalled. So the Mustang does a really good job of preventing that. It doesn't cure it. There's no cure for physics, but it delays the onset of those turbulent eddies advancing forward across the wing, which other aircraft don't do. So it means that you can keep control of the aircraft even in conditions when other aircraft would be stalled out. So that you can kind of do a mushing turn even when you ought to be stalled. That's the beauty of the Mustang's wing. In this game though, it's arse backwards. It gives you a snap stall instead of a mushing turn. Like, it's completely wrong. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. So there ought not to be this crazy snap stall on the aerofoil of the Mustang in DCS. It's arse backwards. So quite possibly the absolute most important characteristic of the Mustang that defines it in comparison to other aircraft is its laminar flow wing, which, as I said, is arse backwards in this sim. They still haven't fixed it. And that's an honest appraisal. Looking forward to the damage model being fixed sometime this year. The track replay seems to be working. How long it stays working, I don't know. Generally the map is looking good. It's at least for me, it's performing good. The frame rate's good. I'm impressed by the coastline. It looks a heck of a lot better than before. So there has been some effort at improvement. For a good period of time there, after this whole Normandy thing was released, it was a shocker. So there's been some visible improvement in a lot of things. The Spitfire no longer has the permanent glare over the glazed canopy, even when you pull the canopy back. That's fixed. There's still so many problems, but I'm always keen to see if there's any improvement with developments. So I do check into this game. I don't fly it that much for the reason that it's got so many flaws, but I do check into it every now and then to see if anything's improved. I'm still really cut that they haven't improved the wing of this particular plane. Like, again, that's a fundamental part of this plane, is the laminar flow wing that does not snap stall like this one does. Like, it's such a fundamental thing, you'd think they'd be onto it, but I don't know. The engine management in this plane is good. Operating the manifold and the RPM is really good. But all of that goodness is detracted by the poor characteristic of the wing. I mean, it looks good, right? I think it looks good. I think it looks a heck of a lot better than, like, the map, the Normandy map, the tree lines and that. They look a heck of a lot better than when they debuted. It's a subjective thing, but to me the performance seems better, the frame rates and so on. I didn't notice it so much, but I think one of the main things that people were upset about this map was apparently it had noticeably less performance than other DCS maps. Again, I didn't notice it so much myself because I had issues on other maps, but this map didn't seem particularly different performance-wise, but I've got a pretty sweet rig, so I'm shielded from those issues, largely. Mustang, luckily, because I'm not in combat power. Hang around with these guys. I think the multiplayer aspect of this is pretty good, like pretty exciting, pretty fun. The main thing that I personally would like fixed with this is the track replay. If the track replay could be fixed so that it permanently works, that would be excellent. And it seems to be working now, but I mean, been through this before, sometimes it works a bit and then it stops. I looked away for a second and I lost him. Where was he going? He seems to be going inland. From here, I'm going to go south. Alright, so there's that thingamajig there for the inner ear. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's a thing. Scuba divers have a similar thing. Ear equalization. Well, to me this looks pretty good. The shadows are looking good. I remember just a while ago the shadows were kind of jagged, like they had no anti-aliasing to them. There were some shadows like that shadow there, I think. Had like a bunch of jagged lines on it. No anti-aliasing at all. It seems to be completely fixed now. So that's an improvement. I'm always keen to see improvements. Honestly, I don't care how shit something is as long as there's some program, some roadmap to fixing it. And the starting point for that is acknowledging that there's a problem. You can't fix something that's not acknowledged to be a problem. Oh, our laminar flow wing's perfect. Therefore it doesn't need fixing. Wrong answer. So yeah, the shadows seem to be better. That's with flight model. Graphics, which is better? I think the graphics in DCS are pretty good, and the graphics in IL2 are excellent. I think the graphics for the DCS jets are great. One thing with the canopies I don't like is sometimes they can have a milky appearance, like they have a solid milky appearance, which tries to emulate the glare of the sun, and what it ends up doing is you're trying to spot something and all you see is that kind of milky glare on the canopy, as though you're looking at a solid opaque colour instead of translucent. IL2's got its own issues too with various things. Spotting is an issue at the moment. I don't know exactly how the spotting is in DCS. I'll have to play it more to figure it out. So far it seems not too bad. There's a oh no, it's not a plane. I need something to shoot down now. Countryside to me looks really good. birds. Hey Will, welcome. Looks a lot like a 109. Seem to be closing a bit. Near his airfield though, I could get shot by flak. Yeah. Weekend lag is a thing for sure. That's going to do it for my DCS stream. Guys, I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to start a new stream in about 5 minutes, probably in Bodenplatte. So I hope you guys can join me for that one. Usual stuff, like, share, subscribe, support on Patreon, join the channel as a member on YouTube. Free to cancel anytime. Check out my website, froggyfrog9000.com. Thanks you guys, and hopefully check you soon in the new stream. Bye for now.